Welcome to the AFR Saints channel, where we provide you daily content on your favorite team, the New Orleans Saints. Do us a favor and hit that subscribe button. Be sure to leave your comments below and smash that like button. Who dat? Couple of interesting notes on Monday about the New Orleans Saints and their potential pursuit of quarterbacks in next month's draft. Albert Breer in his MMQB had like this tiny little throwaway line in this giant section of MMQB about Cam Ward and his pro day and everything. He had this one tiny little throwaway line about the New Orleans Saints brass going to have dinner tonight with Quinn Ewers. Now, they didn't say where that dinner is going to take place. Like, are they flying to Austin? Is he in Florida? Don't know. But the Saints Monday, are they meeting in New Orleans? Don't know. But Breer reported that the Saints are going to have dinner Monday night with Quinn Ewers. Now, remember, previously, we've seen mock drafts that have had Ewers mocked to the Saints. The Saints visited with Ewers prior at Combine. So there is some interest. Also of note today, I'm going to take each of these one at a time, but also of note, Nick Underhill over at NewOrleans.football reported that the Saints are sending pretty much everyone to Miami for Pro Day, which is today. And he noted Jeff Ireland and Kellen Moore among those that the Saints are sending to Miami for Pro Day. Now, it is worth noting, yes, Cam Ward is the presumptive number one pick in the draft. He's certainly the presumed top quarterback in this year's draft. But Miami has a lot of depth on their roster, and there's a lot of guys who could end up wearing the black and gold from Coral Gables. So, yes, the focus naturally is going to be on Cam Ward. But there's a very real possibility with the depth of talent that Mario Cristobal has accumulated there, from Cam Ward even to a guy like Restrepo, the receiver. I mean, there's so many options for New Orleans should they go that way. But Ward is the one everyone's obviously going to focus on. So if I take each of those briefly, we have already talked about Quinn Ewers, but I'm going to reiterate my point on this. If the New Orleans Saints had the option to draft Quinn Ewers in day 3, even an early day 3 pick, like a round 4 pick, I'm 100% on board with it. It would be hypocritical of me to sit here today and bemoan the New Orleans Saints drafting a quarterback when I have said they need to draft a quarterback every year. If you're not going to invest a first-round draft pick in a quarterback, like making one of the top guys in the draft your franchise, like taking that swing, then you've got to find a way to get lucky, like Russ in Seattle as a 3, Dak in Dallas with a 4, Cousins in Washington with a 5, Brady was a 6, Purdy was a 7. Now, I'm not saying that's common, and I'm not saying you're going to hit. But my point is, it's like going to the nickel slots, and you just keep feeding that thing. You miss, okay. You miss on a 5. You miss on 5s all the time. You took Matt Tennant as a 5th-round pick. He never played it down for you. And like you keep feeding the penny slots because if you hit, boom, you got that jackpot, and your payoff is massive. So you got to keep taking quarterbacks. Now, I want to be clear also, because every time I say this, everyone's like, man, Rattler. I'm not giving up on Spencer Rattler. But if you draft Quinn Ewers with an early day 3 pick, comes in, competes, beats out Rattler, great. And if not, even better, Rattler's good. And then you discard Quinn Ewers, whatever. I mean, you've done it back-to-back years. Used a 4 on Haener, then a 5 on Rattler. So keep taking it until one hits. And I like Quinn Ewers. He's got the size, 6'2", 210, good arm strength, can make all the throws. He's a very experienced college football quarterback, thrown for over 9,000 yards and 68 touchdowns. He is tough. Quinn Ewers played, we learned last week, or a couple weeks ago, that Quinn Ewers played this season with a torn oblique. Can you imagine the torque trying to throw a football with a torn oblique? One of those years with Drew Brees, I remember, everyone was like, man, what happened to Drew Brees? He stunk this year. Learned out later, he had a torn oblique. Apparently, it's hard to rotate your body with a torn oblique. It's your love handle if you're not familiar. So he's tough as hell. He handled the Arch Manning situation brilliantly, was never a distraction with the organization, And by the way, you always wonder how guys would handle professional life and when they get money. He got money as a 17-year-old. He reclassified, went to Ohio State early, made $1 million, boom, just like that to help his family. Transferred to Texas, got paid again. Dude's got money. You don't worry about that component of it as well. The Johnny Manziel of it all. What happens when you give that guy money? Then again, Johnny Manziel had money in college too. Point is, Ewers checks a lot of boxes. I'm not saying he's a slam dunk no-brainer. That's what I'm saying. As a day 3, I'm good with it. Cam Ward would be awesome. I just don't know, like, if using a day 3 pick on Quinn Ewers is like feeding the nickel slot, Cam Ward is like going to the high limit table and playing blackjack. Man, I just don't know that the Saints can afford the $200 a hand table. You know what I mean? That's what it would cost to draft Cam Ward. Now, if you hit, totally worth it. But if you bust, it sets you back tremendously. For context, when the Panthers went from 9-1 to take Bryce Young, they did a pick swap that year, gave up the following year's 1, 2 2s, and DJ Moore. That is a hefty price, especially when you look at the fact that Bryce Young hasn't worked out. If you hit, of course it's worth it. But that's where you balance the risk versus the reward. And the risk of busting isn't worth it. And by the way, I could even see a scenario where, let's say hypothetically, you don't have to go up from 9-1. Like, let's say Cam Ward slips a little. Like, let's say Tennessee says, you know what, we want Travis Hunter. And let's say Abdul Carter goes 2. And so the Giants are sitting there at 3. And they don't take a quarterback. Or they're entertaining moving back because they got a lot of needs as well. So you want to go up to 3. Like San Francisco went from 12-3 for Trey Lance. They gave up 3 1s and a 4. They did a pick swap for that year's first and each of the next 2 years' first-round draft picks and a 4. You willing to give up 3 straight years of first-round picks or your next 2 years of first-round picks to take Cam Ward? I'm not. For a Saints team that needs everything and not just better players, but better players on rookie contracts so it's more affordable, it's hard to justify moving up in this year's draft. Now, we all know the Saints' MO. That's what they do. They ain't trading back. I mean, everyone who says, trade back. No. I mean, yes, I would love to see them do that and recoup assets, but Mickey Loomis has literally never traded back. So if he's not going to trade back, the only way he'll go, as we know, is up. It's not worth it. Not in round 1. Not for a guy that feels very much like a risk. A smaller quarterback who doesn't feel like the no-doubter, the Peyton Manning, the Joe Burrow, the guy at the top of the draft that is the undeniable number 1 guy, can't-miss prospect type dude. Which there really is no such thing, but not this year. You want to take a flyer in day 3? I'm with it. You want to trade up into the top 2-3 picks to take Cam Ward? I can't get there. Not this year. Hey, thanks so much for watching. Please leave your comments. I love to interact. And be sure to hit the red subscribe button below.